Okay, hi, this is Alex Chiu. We have already finished talking about the Tui Bei Tu all the way from 34 until poem 60. And now I just want to finalize. I just want to, share with everyone my comments, okay, my thoughts about this Tui Bei Tu, okay. From this Tui Bei Tu, you could actually kind of tell that the will of God cannot be changed. All right, there's some people out there, some Christians out there, even some Jews out there saying that, hey, if we do something to please God, maybe, terrible things could be avoided. For example, people saw apocalypse, people saw Armageddon in their dreams, People get dreams, and prophets, they prophesy Armageddon, they prophesy World War III, they prophesy all sorts of, bad stuff that's going to happen to the world. And a lot of Jews and Christians, they say, hey, maybe if we do something to please God, maybe if we, people stop taking drugs, stop having sex before marriage, people, just do something to please God. Everybody pray before dinner, pray before lunch. Maybe we can stop, the carnage. Maybe we can stop the bad things from happening. No. After you study Tui Bei Tu, every 60 poems, ever since Tang Dynasty, every poem came true. You start to see a pattern, okay? God's will cannot be changed. Everything that's going to happen. You understand? If you read the Old Testament, okay, it says, the Old Testament basically says, if God promises you something, right? If God told the prophets something, I'm talking about, if God told the prophets some shit is going to happen, then I'm telling you, something is going to happen, If the prophets say something will happen, it will happen. Okay, you see the Chinese prophets, like the guy who wrote Tui Bei Tu, Li Chunfeng or Yuan Tiangang, when they wrote Tui Bei Tu, they didn't mention a word about God. They didn't even talk about God. They just say yin yang. That's all they say. And then every poem has its own hexagram, has its own Chinese elements, and then the poems. Okay, they never ever mention a word about God. So you can tell God is God is a mathematical progression. Okay, the Jewish prophets, the way how they talk about God is they make God sound like a human. They make God sound like God itself is a human being. Like God has thoughts. God loves somebody. God hates somebody. God is jealous. In reality, God does not have feelings. God does not love you. God does not hate you. God is a mathematical progression. Okay, God is basically historical events. It's predestined. Okay, there's nothing you can do to change it. It will happen. In Tang Dynasty, okay, you know why Yuan Tiangang and Li Chunfeng decided to write this Tui Bei Tu? There's a story, okay, behind this Tui Bei Tu. What happened is, Li Chunfeng was a government official back in the days, okay? He was hired by the first emperor of Tang Dynasty. He's an astrologer. He is also the astrologer. He is, I don't know what his official. He's somebody important, okay? He's hired by the first emperor of Tang Dynasty, and he told Tang Dynasty that the fourth ruler of Tang Dynasty would be a woman, okay, and her last name would be Wu, Wu, yeah, that's her last name. And you know what the Tang Emperor did? The Tang Emperor, he started persecuting a lot of people. He started persecuting. If your last name is Wu, you're finished. Basically, or if you're Wu, kick him out. Kick all the officials' last name who is Wu got kicked out, got banished. There's even one case, all right. There's this one guy. He's like a colonel. He's like a captain or a colonel in the army. His last name is Wu, okay, and he had a very feminist first name. And the Tang emperors noticed it. You have a very feminist first name. and your last name is Wu. Guess what? The Tang Emperor had that guy arrested. He massacred his whole family. His entire family got beheaded, right? And then when Li Chenfeng, the guy who wrote the Tui Bei Tu, when he found out about it, he spoke to the Tang Emperor. He said, "Hey, yo, you gotta stop this. You gotta stop this carnage, man. You gotta stop killing people, man. Because all you can do is gain bad karma from hurting innocent people." I told you already, okay? God's will cannot be changed. The fourth ruler of Tang Dynasty shall be a woman. Her last name shall be Wu. There's nothing you can do to change it. So stop killing people. You know, you kill all these innocent people. You're hurting all these innocent people. You can only gain bad karma for your descendants. If you stop killing people, okay, I guarantee you, all right, after that woman the fourth ruler, the woman whose last name is Wu, after she ruled for about like 30 years, she's gonna give the empire back. She's gonna give the entire empire back to your descendants. Okay, you have nothing to worry about, so just chill. Okay, stop killing innocent people. And then finally, the Tang Emperor realized something. Okay, there's nothing he can do to stop the will of God. So he stopped killing people. And then eventually, the fourth ruler was a woman. You know, he actually persecuted that woman because her last name is Wu. After the Tang Emperor died, she was forced into a monastery. You know, she became a nun. You know, and then eventually she found her way out. She gained the favor. She gained favor in the eyes of the third emperor. Okay. And then she eventually came back to the palace and became a concubine of the third emperor. And then when the third emperor died, actually the third emperor is not dead yet. You know, she started to rule. She started to take over the throne. She started to manage the entire empire. You know, because the third emperor is sort of like a wimp. He's actually a lazy bum. He didn't want to do anything. So he allowed this woman to, you know, rule the entire country in behalf of him. After he died, the Empress Wu became a real emperor, okay? So anyway, let's talk about the most important prophecies of this entire Tui Bei Tu, okay? One of the most important is number 44. Poem number 44 is talking about the birth of People's Republic of China. One of the poems says, 双羽四足. It means two wings and four legs. Just like what I said, People's Republic of China only has six rulers. One is Mao Zedong, he is the one wing, okay? And then Deng Xiaoping, Hua Guofeng, Jiang Zemin, Hu Jintao, they are the four legs. And then the next wing, the other wing is Xi Jinping, okay? So Xi Jinping, a few days ago, he said he doesn't want to retire anymore. He wants to be the ruler forever. Okay, so this poem is coming true. Another very important poem is actually number 55. This number 55, okay, this prophesied the dynasty, little dynasty in Taiwan, okay? Li Denghui actually developed this dynasty. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you that there's one man holding up a tree. The meaning of this image is the tree is like a wood, okay? And then this one man holding up a tree, so he really cares about this wood. So he must be a honoring son of this wood. In Chinese, wood on top and then sun at bottom, if you combine it together, it's the character Li, okay, Li. So this poem is actually telling you that Li Denghui, you know, his last name is Li. He is going to develop this dynasty, this little dynasty in Taiwan. And if you look at this image carefully, you can see that there's only four fruits. There's only four fruits on that tree. So there's four rulers of Taiwan. First is Li Denghui, second Chen Shui-bian, third, Ma Ying-jiu. The fourth is Tsai Ing-wen. Tsai Ing-wen is that woman ruler that was she. I think she became the ruler of Taiwan only 2 years ago. Right now it's 2018. Okay, I think she became the president of Taiwan just 2 years ago. So you can see how close the end time is, because the Tui Bei Tu is saying that there's only 4 rulers, okay, until the whole world unites into one world, you know. And number 56 is also very important. It shows the 2 witnesses, okay, both the soldiers spewing fire at each other, you know. You see, in Revelation also talk about 2 witnesses. They spew fire out of their mouth, right? So that poem is also. So Chinese is actually one of the witnesses, you know. I think it's actually Tui Bei Tu is the witness, okay? Because I don't think Muslims and Christians are witnesses, you know. Israel, okay? The people or followers of Israel is definitely one witness, okay? That actually includes the Christians and the Muslims too, you understand? Because they believe in basically the same stuff, you know. They believe in Muslims. They believe in Moses, right? They believe in Jesus, and then the Christians, they also believe in Moses. You know, they also praise Jesus. And then the Jews, they don't believe in Jesus, but they believe in Moses. But every Jew knows Jesus. Am I right? But not, you know, the Chinese. Every Chinese knows Tui Bei Tu, but most Chinese don't know anything about Moses. Most Chinese don't really care about Jesus, you understand? But every Chinese knows about Tui Bei Tu, you know? So I think Tui Bei Tu is actually one of the witnesses, you know? The Chinese is actually one of the 2 witnesses, you know? So if you want to know where is heaven, where is hell, you have to listen from both sides. You have to listen to, the Jews, the study of the Torah. You have to listen to Torah, the writing of Moses. And you also have to look at Tui Bei Tu, because Tui Bei Tu is one of the witnesses. You understand? Only if you listen to the stories presented by both of the witnesses, then you can figure out where is hell and where is heaven. Then you can figure out who is the good guy, who's the bad guy. Who is Satan, who is Jesus, who is the Antichrist. You understand? Because if you look at Tui Bei Tu, poem number 50, what's that? Number 50, after number 57, there's this kid from heaven. He pours out the fire. After this poem, it's actually very peaceful, 58 is about unification of the world. 59 is about some guy who achieved harmony throughout the whole world because he's a prophet of God. And then 60 is the end of the whole book. It's basically somebody is pushed to retirement. So anyway, you think about what I said, okay? I think Tui Bei Tu is one of the 2 witnesses, So you have to listen to stories presented to you from both sides, okay? Anyway, take care. Have a nice day.